As part of the Sinas Dramis Law Firm's Know the Law campaign, today we have with us attorney Stephen Sinas, who's also an adjunct professor at Michigan State University College of Law, to talk about no-fault insurance. Good to see you.
Nice to see you. Thanks for having me.
So to start things off, how does Michigan no-fault insurance apply to Michigan citizens who rent cars?
What I tell people in Michigan is that in order to understand how to properly insure their rental car vehicles, they have to understand four basic principles about the Michigan no-fault law. Number one, Michigan no-fault insurance provides coverage for medical expenses. It's a very broad coverage that covers whatever is reasonably necessary for the person's care, recovery, or rehabilitation, and it applies for life. Secondly, that coverage applies to the policyholder, their spouse, and any resident relatives they have living with them. Third, it applies even if they're not in their own vehicle. If they're out, walking or riding a bicycle and they're hit by a car, that coverage also applies. Fourth, it applies when they go out of state and into Canada or any of the United States territories. And at the MSU College of Law, I tell the students that a funny fact of the Michigan no-fault law is that you can be in Guam or Puerto Rico, and if you have Michigan no-fault insurance and you're hit by a car, even if you're walking on the street, Michigan no-fault insurance applies. So the point is, with rental car vehicles, you have this broad form of coverage for your medical benefits that you don't need to buy extra insurance for when you rent a vehicle.
Okay, so what about property damage to a rental car?
Property damage is different. The Michigan no-fault insurance law does not actually cover property damage. You have to buy extra forms of coverage with your insurance company, and whether or not it applies to your rental car vehicles depends on the terms and conditions of the policy. So you have to look into that and talk to your agents about whether it covers rental cars.
So what if you use a credit card? Does that cover the rental?
Many credit cards do cover rental car vehicles. They'll cover as a secondary form of insurance. So if you have coverage through your auto pays, and then credit card would pay second. Also, you have to understand that credit cards only apply coverage when you rent the vehicle with your credit card. So if you have a Visa card and you rent it with a MasterCard, you're not going to have coverage from Visa.
Right. That makes
Stephen,
sense.
when exactly should somebody buy over-the-counter rental car insurance?
Someone should buy over-the-car rental car insurance when they're trying to make sure they have coverage for the property damage or theft of the vehicle. As I said, Michigan no-fault insurance doesn't cover that. You have to look into your own auto policy. If you have coverage there, then maybe you don't need to buy supplemental coverage. Credit cards, they only cover the property damage and theft of the vehicles, so if they do cover it, you might not need to get supplemental insurance, but if you don't have coverage there, then you might want to buy the extra coverage at the rental car counter.
Well, good information, especially during the holiday time. People are traveling, so good information. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot.
Learned so much today, and you can learn more at sinasdramis.com. Or, of course, we'll have all of this segment on our website on Facebook as well. That's all our time for now.
Make it a great day.